Shine on me. In the quiet corners of the university library, Xi Guang spent her afternoons chasing a shadow. Her eyes always found Zhuang Shu, the brilliant student who seemed to carry a piece of the moon with him, cold, distant, and beautiful. She wrote her feelings into the margins of her notebooks, words that he would never read. To her, he was a star in a galaxy she couldn't reach, an unrequited dream that defined her youth. Graduation came like a sudden summer storm, washing away the classroom walls and shoving Xi Guang into the bustling world of the workforce. She landed a job at a leading solar energy firm, feeling like a small, dim bulb in a city of neon lights. The memory of Zhuang Shu remained a dull ache in her heart, a reminder of a love that never quite bloomed, making her feel as though she was perpetually waiting for a sunrise that wouldn't come. Her new life was presided over by Lin Yusen, a vice president known for his sharp mind and even sharper tongue. On her first day, she accidentally spilled coffee near his documents, and his icy stare made her wish she could disappear. Rumors whispered that he was once a gifted surgeon whose career ended after a tragic accident. To Xi Guang, he seemed like a man made of glass and steel, demanding perfection because he had lost his own. The misunderstandings between them grew like weeds. Yusen was rigorous, pushing Xi Guang to her limits. She thought he disliked her, mistaking his high expectations for personal disdain. One evening, after a particularly grueling meeting, she stayed late to fix a report, tears of frustration stinging her eyes. She felt like she was failing at her career, just as she had failed at her first love. Suddenly, a warm cup of tea appeared on her desk. Yusen didn't say much, but his presence was no longer icy. "The sun doesn't just give light, it provides the energy to grow," he said quietly. He began to stay late too, not to critique her, but to guide her. Xi Guang realized that beneath his hardened exterior was a man who understood what it meant to be broken, and had found a way to build something new from the pieces. One afternoon, while visiting a solar farm, Yusen looked at his hands, scarred from the surgery that had ended his previous life. He told Xi Guang how he had traded the sterile operating room for the open fields of renewable energy. "I couldn't save lives with a scalpel anymore," he confessed, "so I decided to power them instead." Xi Guang saw for the first time that his strength didn't come from perfection, but from his ability to pivot toward the light. The past returned when Xi Guang ran into Zhuang Shu at a professional gala. He was as brilliant as ever, but when he spoke to her, the magic was gone. He was still the distant moon, cold and self-absorbed. She realized she had been in love with a reflection, a version of him she had invented in the library. The old ache didn't hurt anymore. It just felt heavy, like a coat she had finally outgrown. Sensing her distress, Yusen stepped in, his hand resting gently on the small of her back. He didn't need to say a word to claim his place by her side. Zhuang Shu noticed the shift in her gaze, the way she looked at Yusen, not with idolization, but with partnership. For the first time, Xi Guang felt seen, not as a shadow in a library, but as a woman worthy of a bright, enduring warmth. In the weeks that followed, the office felt different. The scary boss had become her anchor. Xi Guang found herself looking forward to the mornings, not because she wanted to prove herself, but because she wanted to share the day with him. She realized that while Zhuang Shu was the moonlight she had chased, Yusen was the sunlight that actually kept her warm. He didn't ask her to be perfect, he just asked her to shine. On the rooftop of their office building, surrounded by the panels that captured the sun's power, Yusen took her hand. The sky was a brilliant orange and pink, a promise of a new dawn. "You don't have to chase the light anymore, Xi Guang," he whispered. "You are the light." Together, they stood under the vast, glowing sky, ready to face a future that was no longer a dream, but a beautiful, sunlit reality.